All right, for our last section in chapter 10, we're going to talk about what are called natural logarithms. Now, we've been going through a lot of different logarithms. We've talked about the log, the log button. Now we're going to look at a combination of two things. We're going to see the letter E that you see on your calculator and also an ln. Okay, what this is, the natural logarithms. Okay, they have a base of E. So every logarithm that we've looked at has had like a little number, little lowercase number is what we called it. That's been its base. Well, now we're going to talk about E, which is an irrational number. Okay, and now when we talk about natural logarithm, we see that it's going to be ln. Okay, so you can see that we have about 6 or 7 different things that we want to look to do with these natural logarithms. So we're just going to go through briefly kind of what we're trying to accomplish with each one of them. Now, the first thing that we want to try to do is to write an exponential form. Basically, that means that we want to see an answer with an exponent. Now, you can see right here, this is ln of 22 is equal to 3.091. What we would do is we would say that that's the natural log. ln stands for natural log. 22 is equal to 3.01. Now, right away, the first thing that we'll be able to do is rewrite it with the logarithm. Okay, you can see we got log e of 22. Okay, we'll keep that right side just the same. Now, this left side looks more like some of the ones that we've been dealing with. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll rewrite it. Okay, this e, that's our base. That's the first thing. The number that's off by itself, the 3.091, that's our exponent, so it's going here, and it's going to be equal to 22. And that's it. That's all we're looking to try to do for these first couple. Okay, now on this second one, I got the natural log of 1/4 is equal to negative 1.39. Same thing. We're going to rewrite the natural log using log e. So it'd be log e of 1/4 is equal to negative 1.39. Now with that, we can write it as e to the negative 1.39 is now equal to 4. Okay? Now for this next two, it's the flip or the opposite of that. Okay, we want to write it in logarithmic form. Basically, we want to have a logarithm as part of our answer. Okay, so you can see I've got e to the 4th is 54.598. Now what we're going to do is rewrite it, kind of work the opposite of what we just did. Okay, that's the same thing as log e. That's our base, 54.598. And then that's going to be equal to 4. And just like we saw in the last one, when we see log e, that's the same thing as the natural log. Okay, so we'll write ln of 54.598 is equal to 4. On this next one over here, we got log e, e to the negative second is 0.14. We're going to rewrite that with log e, 0.14, being equal to negative 2. And again, rewriting it with a base e right here, 0.14 is equal to negative 2. And that's, or I'm sorry guys, that should be an ln right there. That should be an L and then an N. I shouldn't have wrote that as E, so I apologize for that one. And now these next two are going to be the easiest type of problems that you're going to see. Anytime you see the natural log and then the letter E, okay, essentially they cancel one another out. They are opposites. Okay, so what we'll do is if you see the natural log E and then an exponent 5, then our answer is just 5. Now on the flip side here, we've got natural log of 1 over e to the 7th. First thing we would do is get it so it's non-fraction. So that should be e to the negative 7. Okay, but then from there, it's the same thing. We can cancel those out, and we're left with just a negative 7. So again, anytime you see just natural log and then e, those are opposites. They cancel each other out, and we're left with just whatever the exponent is. Now, these last couple, here we're trying to write as a single logarithm. Okay, what this is using the power property, the product property, the quotient property that we saw at the beginning of 10.5. We want to try to combine this as a single logarithm. Okay, now for us, what that means, we've got the natural log of 20 minus the natural log of 4. Okay, minus means that we're dealing with division, so I'm going to rewrite that as 20 divided by 4. Now we do want to go ahead and try to simplify that. So 20 divided by 4, we get the natural log of 5. Okay, now, and that's it. We're not doing any kind of simplifying with it. We're just rewriting. Okay, over here, I got the 3 natural log of 2 plus the natural log of 6. Well, we've talked, and a number is in front of a logarithm. That's the same thing as an exponent. So for us, this is going to be the natural log of 2 to the 3rd now, plus the natural log of 6. Okay, well, as we multiply out, 2 to the 3rd is the same thing as 8. So now we've got the natural log of 8 plus the natural log of 6. Well, we're not adding these. It's not going to be 14. Adding means what we're multiplying. 8 times 6 we get a natural log of 48. Okay, and then that's it. That's all we're looking to do on that. Okay, over here, you can cross that one out. We're not messing with that one. Okay, now these last two, we're trying to solve for x. Okay, but you can see we want to leave our answer in terms of e, meaning e is going to be left somewhere in our problem. Okay, so we've got the natural log of x to the 6th is equal to the 42. First thing we'll do, okay, you can see we've got an exponent. We're going to bring that out in front using the power property. Okay, so now we're going to have 6 times the natural log of x is equal to 42. Well, we're trying to get x all by itself, so we'll look to clear that 6 out by dividing it. Okay, I divide both sides by 6. Over here, those are gone, they cancel. On my right side, you can see that I have 42 divided by 6 is equal to 7. Now, that leaves me with just the natural log of x being equal to 7. Okay, so what can I do? I can rewrite that using log e of x is 7. And then finally, I can rewrite. Okay, so I've got e to the 7th here is going to be equal to x. Okay? Now, next one, same kind of concept. Difference is we have a fraction. We have 1 over x. So the first thing that we're going to do is rewrite 1 over x as x to the negative first. Okay, we're going to flip that so that it is no longer a fraction. Now, just like I did on my previous one, that negative 1 is going to come to the front. Okay, so I'm going to have negative 1 times the natural log of x. And now this one I did a little bit differently. I went ahead and just rewrote the log e of x before I divided, but you can do it the other way and it's just as well. Okay, so I divide that by negative 1, got log ex equals negative 2, and then we're rewriting. Okay, so same thing on these type of problems. Get your exponent in the front, divide it, look to rewrite, and then try so that you have x as your final answer. All right, last two here. Okay, we're trying to solve this for x. Okay, really it's going to be kind of the opposite of what we just did. We want to end up with a natural logarithm instead of having e as part of the problem. Okay, so I've got e to the x is equal to 5 on this one. First thing that I'm going to do is rewrite using a logarithm. Okay, so I'll write log e, because e is my base, 5, that's my number here over it. That's going to come to the left side, and it's equal to x. Now, the big thing on this, once we see that log e right here, we're going to rewrite that as ln. That is the natural log. Okay, so anytime you see log e, you can replace that with the natural log ln and vice versa. Okay, over here, a little bit different. We've got 2x, same concept to start. Okay, we're going to rewrite it. Log e is our base, 9 is our number here, is going to be equal to 2x. And now from there, we'll go ahead and rewrite the log e using ln, the natural log. So natural log of natural log of 9 is going to be equal to 2x. Okay, now from there, we'll go ahead and divide it all by 2. And you can see it's a little hard right now because my screen's covered. But our answer should be the natural log of 9 divided by 2 is equal to x. Okay, so there it is. Big takeaway, guys, is we're trying to go through and do a lot of different things with these. Okay, and these first couple problems, we had to go through and rewrite it in exponential form because we had the natural logarithm. And then we had to rewrite it in logarithm form because we had the letter e. Okay, you'll see big takeaways. If you see log e, that can be replaced with ln. That's the natural log. That's the big relationship that we're talking about here today.